Good morning, third grade. Make sure you've got your name on the top of your power-up. Then go to page 249. 249 in your book is where you'll find your power-up for today. Go ahead and press pause. When you're done with all your problems, press play. Let's get going on correcting those multiplication facts. First one, 8 times 8 is 64. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 7 is 35. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 6 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times 5 is 30. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 9 is 63. 5 times 8 is 40. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. 4 times 5 is 20. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4. 10 times 10 is 100. 5 times 7 is 35. 0 times 2 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 9 is 45. 7 times 7 is 49. 0 times 0 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 5 is 40. 4 times 2 is 8. 0 times 5 is 0. 2 times 8 is 16. 9 times 2 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 4 is 16. Going on to our mental math. First one, we have $5.85 plus 99 cents. Plus $1 would be $6.85 minus 1, $6.84. B says $8.63 plus $0.98. Well, $8.63 plus $1 would be $9.63. Minus 2 cents would be $9.61. If you want to double check my mental math, feel free to do it out. $4.98 plus 95 cents. Well, we know 95 cents is 5 cents less than $1, so let's add $1 and subtract 5 cents. $4.98 plus $1 is $5.98. Minus 5 cents, $5.93. D, DeMarcus jogged 1 mile. How many feet is that? Well, 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. That's one of those things that's in your resource folder that shows you that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. E, what time will it be 10 hours after 1:35 p.m.? 1:35 p.m. plus 10 hours. It's going to give us 11:35 p.m. Well, what would be 11 hours after 11:35 p.m.? Well, 10 hours is 11 after 1:35. 10 hours after 1:35 is 11:35. So 11 hours after 1:35 is going to be 12:35. Now be careful. We crossed the 12, so we got to switch from p.m. to a.m. G, choose the more reasonable estimate for the width of a pencil. 1 centimeter or 1 inch? What do you think? A pencil is about 1 centimeter big, or it is about 1 inch big? The only pencil I have on me right here is my mechanical pencil, but it's way smaller than an inch. Oh yeah, it's right about more, a centimeter. So my estimate would be 1 centimeter. H, calculate 460 plus 300 is 760. Plus 24 would be 784 minus 85. Ooh, if I subtract 84, that's going to get me down to 700. So minus one more, it's going to be 699, but let's check. 4 minus 5, can't do that. Cross out the 8, make it a 7, change it into 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 minus 8, can't do that. Cross out the 7, make it a 6, change it into 17. 17 minus 8 is 9. 6 minus nothing is 6. So you get 699. Problem solving. The two hands of a clock are together at noon. The next time the hands of a clock are together is about how many minutes later? Well, notice that as the minute hand goes around, it's not going to pass the hour hand. It'll pass the hour hand again once the hour hand gets to 1. So if it's pointing at 1, the minute hand's going to have to be pointing at the 5 there. So this one is 12 o'clock. This one is 1:05. How many minutes are between those? Well, from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock would be 60 minutes. From 1 o'clock to 1:05 is 5 minutes. So 60 plus 5, we're at 65 minutes. Excellent. Go ahead and flip it over and we'll get ready for our new concept. Third grade, today you will learn all about capacity. When we talk about capacity, we've got a couple of abbreviations that we need to know. I want you to write these over on the right side of your paper. First thing, the smallest thing we're going to talk about is a fluid ounce. The abbreviation for that is FLOZ. The next smallest is a cup. Abbreviation for that's just going to be a C. Then we've got a pint. Abbreviation will be PT. A quart. Our abbreviation will be QT. And then we've got a gallon, which our abbreviation will be GAL. Now, the quantity of liquid a container can hold is its capacity. Now, notice that's a little bit different than what we've talked about before because it's talking about liquid measurements, where before we've talked about feet and inches, yards, centimeters, and those are not liquids. Those have to be solids to measure them that way, okay? So we've got our big G here, and this gallon is going to help us remember how much capacity is in this, okay? So a gallon, think of like your big gallon container of milk. 1 gallon. Well, there are 4 quarts in a gallon, so I want you to draw 4 Q's inside your gallon. Now you're going to have to put some other stuff in there, so go ahead and make it nice and big. All right, so in every gallon there are 4 quarts. So over here, write 1 gal equals 4 quarts. That should be a QT. 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Now, in every quart, there are 2 pints. So in every one of your Q's, write 2 P's. 1 quart equals 2 pints. Then in every pint, there's going to be 2 cups. So draw 2 C's in every single one of your pints. Okay? This big G can also be found in your resource folder. One of the first pages of your resource folder, when we get into more math problems with capacity, it'll help you. All right? Now, if we look at the bottom of our paper, over here at the side, we also see that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Okay? So just like we have meters and centimeters, and then we also have yards and feet, we'll talk about some things in gallons, quarts, pints, and cups, and other things in liters and milliliters. Remember that 1,000 milliliters is going to equal 1 liter. Down in our lesson practice, we're going to compare gallons and quarts today. So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. 2 gallons equals 8 quarts. 3 gallons equals 12 quarts. Notice we're just counting by fours, right? 1 times 4, 2 times 4, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 4 is 20, 6 times 4 is 24, 7 times 4 is 28, 8 times 4 is 32, right? We can just go by multiplying by 4. So 12 gallons equals how many quarts? Well, there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so 12 times 4 equals 48. So 48 quarts. Now, the other thing that we have here is 1 pint is 2 cups, and 1 cup is 8 ounces. So add that up here. 1 cup equals 8 ounces. Okay, so 1 pint equals 2 cups. So how many ounces is that? Well, if there's 8 ounces in each cup, 2 times 8 is 16, so 1 pint is going to be 16 ounces. Okay, then D says how many milliliters would it take to fill a 3.5 liter container? Well, there's 1,000 milliliters in each one of these liters. So 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. 3 liters is going to equal 3,000 milliliters. And then half of 1,000 is 500, so we could say 3,500 milliliters. All right? We'll get a lot of practice on those problems like that in our next couple of lessons. Make sure you've got your name at the top. First problem we'll go over together is number 10. Number 10 says, printed on the label of a milk container were the words 1 gallon, 3.78 liters. Use this information to compare the following: 1 gallon and 3 liters. Well, 1 gallon here, this is saying that it's equal to 3.78 liters. So if 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liters, would 3 liters be less than a gallon or more than a gallon? Well, it'd be less, right? Because 1 gallon equals 3.78. So 1 gallon is greater than 3 liters. Number 11, Destiny began reading a book last night at the time shown on the clock. She read until midnight. How much time did Destiny spend reading last night? Well, you can see the time on the clock. We're at 10:10. 10:10 to 11:10 would be 1 hour. And then from 11:10 to midnight would be how long? Well, there's 60 minutes an hour, so 10 plus what equals 60? 60 minus 10 is 50. Okay, so this has to be 50 minutes. So we get 1 hour, 50 minutes. Let's go on. On the back, we're on number 26. Number 26 says a rectangle has an area of 24 square inches. Which of these could be the length and width of the rectangle? Well, I know that I've got to be able to multiply these together and get 24. So what's 6 times 6? 6 times 6 is 36. That's not 24. 8 times 4, 32. 12 times 12, 144. 8 times 3, 24. So it's got to be D, 8 inches by 3 inches. Because then if I had a rectangle that was 8 by 3, 8 times 3 equals 24. That'd be a good way to show your work for that problem. 27. Tariq measured the width of his notebook paper and said that the paper was 8 2/4 inches wide. What would be another way to write that? Well, what did we say 2/4 is the same as? We said 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So we could write 8 1/2 inch. So 8 1/2 inch. And then 28. A gardener plans to build a fence around his 24 by 12 foot rectangular vegetable garden. Fencing for the garden can be purchased in 50, 75, or 100 foot rolls. Which of the fences should the gardener buy? So you got a garden, and it's 24 by 12. So if I'm going to find the perimeter, I got to find the distance around. So 24 plus 12 plus 24 plus 12. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 goes up, 2 goes down. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So he needs 72 feet. So should he buy the 50-foot roll, the 75-foot roll, or the 100-foot roll? Well, 72 is just under 75, so he needs the 75-foot roll. If he gets the 50-foot roll, he won't have enough. And if he gets the 100-foot roll, he'll have way too much. So he needs a 75-foot roll. Excellent. Make sure you work on the rest of your problems. Any other questions you have, feel free to ask at our 1 o'clock Zoom.